Rich rising. Well, really good afternoon. Good evening, actually. Let me see. We're outside. Guess what, you guys? I got my Slurpee. I've been feeding for it since like early this morning. Get out of my face, please. I also got some snacks. Cause I'm a gummy bear. Oh, I'm a gummy bear. Oh, I'm a gummy bear. I'm gonna try. Save these for later. I'll try one of these. So, we're outside because it actually feels really good outside. Thank you for coming to my video. Thank you for clicking on this video. Thank you for coming to my channel. Thank you for connecting. You're not getting done. Go. Go. You wanna go inside? You wanna go inside because you're not getting no gummy bears. Move. I'm trying to do a video. Or say you can only come out here if you don't. And be interesting. Go. Sending you love, light, healing vibrations. These are good. And I have a piece in the oven. No, you're not getting any. This is where it goes, it. Look, it's all gone. Bye. Okay. So, let's talk about sex. Go. Bless you. Let's talk about how powerful sex is. I've done videos. I've done videos. Not too many. Alright. You gotta go. Go. Or sit down somewhere. Maybe like 2. I don't know if I've done more than that, but I was speaking on sex. So earlier, some messages came to me. Okay, you're a distraction. You're gonna have to go inside. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Now, Zip. Come on. You're not listening. Come on. Sex is a form of intimacy, right? It's a sacred, it should be a sacred act. But oftentimes it's used to where the value gets depreciated. And no, he wanted some gummy worms. It's because I opened these and he thinks every time he sees me with something that he's supposed to have a snack. He even snatched, I want to say it's a gummy bear one day. I remember my brother came up and told me, he's like, yeah, it's like he was waiting because I had it in my hand and he snatched the gummy bear out of my hand. My dog is a snack monster. He gets really happy when it comes to food, but so do I, so maybe he got it for me. But sex is a powerful way to deepen a bond. It's supposed to be a sacred act, but it's done so often to where the value gets depreciated. And, you know, it gets misused, it gets abused. It doesn't really stand for what it's meant for. You know, people do it because they're bored. They do it because they want attention. They do it because they think that's going to keep somebody around. I honestly believe, as my views on love, sex, people, and spirituality consistently evolve, I believe that the deepest form of intimacy is prayer, because there is something powerful and special, unique and sacred about prayer and offering yourself up in a, oh, it's a hummingbird. I don't know why that scared me just now. It came so fast and then it went away. So that's confirmation. Thank you, ancestors, spirit guides, and spirit. It's something about opening yourself up and offering yourself up in a pure form. I feel like prayer makes you very vulnerable. Because although some people usually speak it with physical words, you know, self-expression, words of affirmation, there are other ways to pray. Telepathically, spiritually, emotionally, mentally. It's a matter of being sincere and wanting to allow growth and change into your life so you can become better. Something in my eye. I feel like the physical stuff, sex, is way too easy. You do it and then you find out you don't even like somebody, like, and that's a waste of time, because I know I've done it in the past. And if you really take the time to listen, to learn, you take the time to be observant, you can pick up on the energies, you can pick up on more than what is easily being said physically. You know, pay attention to body language, pay attention to the tone of voice, pay attention to the pitches, pay attention to whether somebody is speaking at you or to you, pay attention to the fact of, you know, are they simply just trying to inform you, or are they trying to persuade you, right? Prayer, I feel, is it's common for people to pray, but I feel for two people, especially when it comes to romantic interests, for them to come together and offer themselves up in prayer, you know, and ask for guidance and ask for wisdom and ask for healing, right, before they engage in any act, whether it is a physical act or a mental act or a spiritual act or an emotional act. You know, these things are pure forms of intimacy, and they go overlooked often because a lot of people are not doing groundwork. A lot of people are not trying to understand. They're just trying to have things their way, what they're used to, what they were taught, you know, what they think is love. Excuse me. Okay. Let me see really quick. I want to make sure I'm not missing. Yeah, so pay attention to breathing methods, like, is somebody nervous? Are they shy? Are they trying to hide something? Are they trying to reveal something? You know, how are they trying to communicate with you? Because even if somebody doesn't say something physically, you know, that's still, there are signs, there are ways of communicating other than just physically, that you have to pay attention to when it comes to people. Because the moment you get involved with somebody, sex is a portal. You open yourself up, and it's an energy exchange, an energy transfer. You take on what they're dealing with, they take on what you're dealing with, believe it or not. Some people can get involved with the wrong person. They can be a happy-go-lucky person. Let's say they get involved with somebody who's battling and dealing with mental health issues, mental health illnesses, depression. They look up, and they're depressed after being involved with that person, and they don't know why, because they didn't try to take the time to get to know them. They didn't try to take the time to, be observant or pay attention, because energy never lies. People do, right? But don't allow yourself to be misguided. Don't allow yourself to be deceived, because just because something looks good, it doesn't mean that it's necessarily for you. I feel sex is way too easy, especially in these days and ages. I feel like it's very accessible. So you want to make sure you are not being typical, not doing the usual. You want to give yourself a chance to read between the lines and pick up on the energies, because you could be protecting yourself in the long run. If you have a hard time with battling things on your own and handling things and going through things, just imagine what that other person of interest may be battling with or dealing with. And again, do not be deceived by what you see in the physical, because the physical can be very misleading. Something can look great whole time. It's not what it appears to be. And this goes vice versa for a man, for a female woman, for, a male. There are other ways to connect with somebody. There are other ways to grow close with somebody. There are other ways to deepen a bond with someone. Try working on a friendship. That way you give somebody an opportunity to get comfortable with being vulnerable, to reveal themselves to you. And then if you decide you don't like something, you don't have to bash them. You don't have to shame them. You don't have to guilt them. You don't have to make them feel bad, but at the same time, you don't have to deal with it either. Hello, you guys. Yeah, I feel, and that's why I'm making this video, I feel like sex is not really a sacred act of deepening a bond anymore. It's misused, it's abused so much to where when it does happen, it's kind of like it doesn't mean anything, but it does. It does, but it's a matter of taking things one step at a time. Don't be afraid to take your time. Don't be afraid to allow nature to run its course, meaning don't be in a rush to do that. There are other things you can do to get to know somebody, to spend time with them, to be intimate with them. Quality time is an act of intimacy. Words of affirmations is an act of intimacy. Gifts, acts of service, physical touch, not necessarily leading to anything sexual. It can be, a massage, a shoulder rub, a hug, a forehead kiss. I'm a sucker for forehead kisses. Kisses on the cheeks, just a touch of reassurance, a touch of I see you, a touch of I feel you, a touch of I hear you, because hearing, seeing, feeling, understanding, knowing, seeing, again, these are all forms of intimacy. There are many different love languages, and everybody's love language is not the same. You may have similar ones, or you may have a main one, and then you have other ones that you exude or participate in, or you're natural with as well, but you have a main love language, and you have to figure out what that is for yourself. And once you give it to yourself, hopefully one day you can give it to somebody else. I'm trying to think, is there anything else? Because I had jotted down a couple of things. Hey, animal mother, how are you? Okay. So for me, I like to connect with people, and it's not just about anything physical. Like, my idea of love is even making a video and sharing information that I get guided to share, because I feel like love is very fluid. Now, everybody might not understand that, but I have different love languages, and my love languages are very fluid. They're unconditional, they're limitless. Sitting with somebody, praying for somebody, sending them love light healing vibrations, thinking of someone, getting a gift for someone, doing something out of the kindness of my heart, or doing something to help somebody out. Like I said, I have many different forms of love languages. It doesn't just stop at one, but I know that my two main ones, I would say, is quality time and physical touch. And it's so weird because with physical touch, I do not like being touched. I don't. Because it's sometimes like, hey, what are we doing? But I guess it just depends on the person, how comfortable I am with them being in my bubble, in my space, or getting close to me. But even then, I have limitations because I can feel energies very intensely. And so it's already annoying feeling my own energy. So, you adding somebody else's energy onto the plate, it can be a lot. But again, I feel the most intimate act is prayer. Sex is not. It's intimate, and it's supposed to be a sacred act to deepen a bond. But these days, that's not how people use it. So there are other ways that you can have intimacy with someone. Spend time with them, go on a walk with them, talk to them, listen to them, communicate with them, hear them. Don't be afraid to speak up. I literally just did a video about effective communication and listening skills, and specifically the message I was trying to get out is, don't be afraid to open yourself up, to be vulnerable enough to state whether or not your needs are being met. Because if they aren't, you have to communicate that. Not only do you have to be fair to yourself, you have to be fair to other people, places, and things too. If they are not meeting your needs, let it be known. And if you see no progress, then you have to start fulfilling your own needs. I know we all yearn for different things, but I know the biggest thing with being a spiritual being, having a human experience, is to simply be understood, be felt, be heard, be seen, be valued, be accepted. It starts with you, but before anybody else comes into the picture, you want to make sure you are practicing self-intimacy, self-love, words of affirmations, words of uplifting vibrations for your mind, your body, and your soul. I think that's pretty much it. Whoever gets guided to this video, I hope they're able to receive whatever information they needed. There's a reason why I was guided to put it out. Sex is way too easy, especially these days. So to give yourself a better chance of understanding someone, learning someone, being transparent with someone, you have to make sure you're taking different approach, different steps. Don't fall into the typical, the usual, because sometimes once you involve sex in the picture, that's it. Sometimes it can ruin a relationship instead of making it better. Sometimes it can taint it. Sometimes you realize you didn't even like that person, but you could have realized that before you got too close to them, if you were doing the work that you needed to do, which is being observant, which is listening, which is understanding more than what is being said, which is paying attention, which is, leaving room for somebody to express themselves, to not only tell you who they are, but show you who they are and tell you what they genuinely want. Don't be so focused on what it is that you want to where you overlook what the person is trying to show you, trying to reveal to you, trying to communicate with you, trying to inform you on. And also give yourself a chance too. Love is freedom. Love is independence. It's also secureness, but you have to have that security within yourself first. Love and light. Thank you for tuning in. Namaste.